New tonight, Greenville officials pleading with the community to stay home New Year's Eve. While COVID-19 cases continue to surge, officials hoping people will heed those warnings and not attend large parties. The city is planning to crack down on those who disobey the governor's executive orders and host or attend any big event.
The mayor says for anyone to encourage people to come together in these large groups is just, quote, outrageous. Fox Carolina's Matt Koufax has more.
Just hours before the mayor and upstate medical officials' press conference here, Governor McMaster also held his own press conference warning against gatherings at potential super spreader events on New Year's Eve, large crowds, cautioning against that. But the warning here seemed to be a little bit more urgent, with the upstate leading the way in cases in all of South Carolina, as well as having a positivity rate that hovers right around 30%. And Mayor Knox White called participating in any sort of gathering Thursday night, quote, disrespectful to doctors fighting the virus on the front lines who are overwhelmed. Dr. Marcus Blackstone with Bon Secours says they are at capacity in terms of hospital beds and ICUs here in the upstate, with Dr. Wendell James from Prisma Health adding that up to 1 in 4 people could be carrying the virus in our area right now at any given time. They say it's, quote, appalling that people would even consider participating in a maskless, non-distanced event on New Year's Eve, and consequences of doing so could be fatal.
This is no joke. This is serious. It is irresponsible to hold such an event, period. There will be people that contract this disease in an event that size, and there will be people that die because of it.
We're doing everything we can do, but you've really taken the capability out of our hands because you've overwhelmed our hospital systems at this point.
The big new aspect of all of this is enforcement. They say they know people might still try and, in the face of warnings and common sense, do things anyway. That's why Greenville Police Chief Howie Thompson says they've already received and dealt with numerous complaints concerning advertised large gatherings, other events in the area. They say they will have teams, roving teams, out on New Year's Eve of police officers to enforce the governor's capacity restrictions and disband events and issue citations if need be. The city also revealed they asked the governor's office for assistance from SLED and got it, so SLED officers will be out in Greenville Thursday night as well. Medical officials say they're not trying to incite a panic, but with the blatant disregard that they have seen throughout the community with regard to taking the pandemic seriously, they say now might be the time for some, quote, healthy fear. In Greenville tonight, Matt Koufax, Fox Carolina News.
Well, Palmetto Entertainment, who was behind the Reedy River Grand Ball, which got a lot of negative pushback on social media, announced the event for Thursday night is off. In an Instagram post, they said it's canceled to, quote, protect the health and safety of our guests and community. They go on to say that new information came to light in the last 48 hours that made them realize moving forward with the event was impossible. Governor McMaster sent out a tweet regarding New Year's Eve events. It reads, South Carolinians know what to do to limit the virus's spread, but there are indications that folks may be letting their guard down. As a reminder, with New Year's Eve approaching, indoor events may not exceed 250 person or 50% of the occupancy limit, unless reviewed and approved by the Department of Commerce. You can find the list of approved events on SC Commerce's website.